So we're starting off with the DOE road safety advertisement. You could say it's quite slow paced. You don't really quite know what's going to happen until it does right at the end. We see a sign of foreshadowing in the little boy playing with his car at the start. It's an average school day, so everything seems normal. They're going on a school trip. But then it comes into the actual feeling and narrative of the advert. You see this man hurrying for work, and you also see him driving the car that the little boy was playing with, so that kind of gives the audience an inkling that something's going to happen regarding that car. Then we also see that he's rushing in his car on this average school day. I would say some people consider this as quite sexist, because it is primarily a man who's doing the speeding, and usually when you see adverts of this nature, so we see drink driving, speeding, people driving under the influence of drugs, it is primarily men who are used in those, which is unfair and biased because it isn't always men. Yes, statistically men do have the higher readings of doing it, but women do it as well, so that would be following a sign of sexism and stereotyping. So that could be said the same for alcohol. And then we also could find this offensive because it is children dying. So when you get the car crash, it is a visual impact with where you see the car roll over the children. People could find that upsetting, so I would say this is for older audiences, and it is considered a parent's worst nightmare. Because when you take a child and expect them to go on a school trip, you don't expect their lives to be taken all in a crash. So I would say this would be a scare tactic by playing on a parent's worst nightmare, thinking that the child's going to be safe under the guidance of a teacher, and then something like that occurred. So the goal of this is to prevent people from speeding while they're driving, to take things slow, and it is meant to leave an impression, which it definitely does.